So lately, I've been feeling my own insecurities about being somebody here on YouTube that is sharing quote unquote healing advice to people that are chronically sick and ill, and just sitting with that and noticing that, like everything that I'm saying is things that you can all tap into and feel yourself. And why do you need somebody like me up here saying this to you? So I thought it would be helpful to just kind of share my own vulnerabilities and be honest with you all about my own process, because I think the transparency of how I work through this is exactly the same process that I'm always preaching and sharing here in this group or on this channel. So the thing that, for so many of us, and I'll include myself in this completely, is when we have a feeling like that, like an insecurity, like I'm nothingness, I feel like shit, nobody wants to hear this, right? It's so easy for me. Maybe this resonates with you, maybe it doesn't, but it's so easy for me to jump into this kind of doer mode, the fixer, right? The one that's going to make it better. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's the complete collapse, right? When you feel that that comes over you, it's so easy to go into that reaction. And then, so I'm including both of those in this doer, the one that wants to grab the bull by the horns and just plow through it, or the one that just wants to collapse and not feel and check out, right? Watch Netflix or go to your refrigerator and eat or pick up your phone, whatever the distractions are. We all have our own ways of doing this. There's a saying that they say the exiles, the young ones, our inner child, the ones that are wounded, hold all the keys. And in light of what I'm experiencing now with my own insecurities about being here and documenting this and sharing this on public, is that there's a nakedness in that, and to allow myself to not do anything about it, but just to be with it as I am right here with you right now, and allow myself to feel all the parts of me that want to contract or go into freeze, or have other emotions that want to block those raw feelings from being there. And so what I'm doing with you right now is just speaking from that place. And we all have our own ways that we can do this, but if you're tuning in, I would say that one of the healthiest ways you can do that is just make time for yourself to not go into the doer, but to actually pause and feel what's here. Give yourself that mind, give yourself that space where you can drop in and feel this. And I get it, like I know it, like as I'm experiencing it right now, it's very uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good to feel these things. And there is some way within that, this belief that if I go into that, I will lose myself, or I'll never be the same, or no one will love me, right? All of those are the limited beliefs that we have in some way, not our older adult self, but our younger self that's still there, alive, very much alive and present with us each and every day, is still believing. And so, yes, as I'm here with you speaking now, my younger 5-year-old Tommy is here, scared, feeling not secure. And so all I can do in this moment is simply be with it and breathe. Yeah. And just feel all the tender, sensitive parts of me that are right here. Parts of me that are clamping down, like in my throat or in my diaphragm, or my groin gets tighter, or my hands and my legs start to feel cold. Breathe into that too. Or maybe it's a really uncomfortable pain where you feel, gosh, if I feel this, it's gonna it's going to just ruin me. It's going to explode. It's going to, I don't know, it's going to hurt me even more. To take a breath into that too. And say, even though I'm feeling this, it's really okay. And really within that okay is, I love you. I accept you. And that you don't have to be anything else but who you are right now. That's a big one. This is how we do it, folks. So wherever that is for you today, give yourself this moment. And tell yourself, it's okay to feel this. It's okay to make space for this, that it's not going to overwhelm you. And that if it does feel overwhelming, we can always ask that younger self if be willing to just turn it down just a little bit, so it doesn't overwhelm the whole system. And breathe into that. Yeah, and feeling okay with not knowing what the next step is going to be, what the next moment's going to bring, if I'm going to live or if I'm going to die, or if you're going to accept me or you're going to reject me. That was somewhere in there, it's okay. Thank God for the breath. Just feel that move and trickle through your system. And slowly, as we become more present with that part, accepting it, loving it, or I like to say, like bringing it back to the heart, welcoming it back to the heart, welcoming it back to the table where it has a place. Then it can release whatever belief it's been holding. It's not safe, it's not secure. Will I be liked? Will I be loved? And gradually, it's like ice that starts to melt off the system. It's like the heart starts to remind or remember. The heart of this young one starts to remember that, yes, it's okay. So this is really it. The more we can say yes to the times when we reject feeling the pain, when we reject feeling the awful sensations, the suicidal tendencies, the bad thoughts, all of it. Just allow yourself to release any resistance to it. And that's how we do it. So I hope my sharing here today gave you a little bit more insight and maybe some support that helped you walk through your nakedness, your vulnerability, and welcome it back to your heart. Thank you for tuning in today. Sending you all lots of love. Have a great day.